ISIS emerged in the chaos following the US invasion of Iraq in 2003. Initially affiliated with Al-Qaeda, ISIS quickly distinguished itself through brutal tactics and ambition to establish a caliphate. Their goal was to redraw the map of the Middle East. ISIS exploited instability and sectarian tensions, attracting disaffected Sunni Muslims and foreign fighters. Their propaganda promised a utopian Islamic state and glorified violence. ISIS's rise was swift and brutal, leaving devastation across Iraq and Syria.
ISIS's notoriety stems from its systematic use of terror, not only as a military tactic, but also as a central pillar of its ideology. The group embraced violence on an unprecedented scale, targeting civilians and religious minorities with particular brutality. Their actions were designed to instill fear and subjugate populations under their control. ISIS carried out suicide bombings in crowded markets, mosques, and even hospitals, demonstrating a callous disregard for human life. The group's barbaric practices included beheadings, crucifixions, and mass executions, often documented and disseminated online for propaganda purposes. These acts of terror were not merely acts of war, but deliberate acts of cruelty meant to terrorize and demoralize.
Their reign of terror extended beyond the Middle East, inspiring and directing attacks in Europe, Africa, and Asia. The Bataclan theater attack in Paris, the Manchester Arena bombing, and the Easter Sunday bombings in Sri Lanka are just a few examples of ISIS's global reach and impact. These attacks left an indelible mark on the world, highlighting the very real threat posed by the group's ideology of hate.
ISIS's ideology represents a gross distortion of Islamic teachings. Their interpretation of Islam is rejected by the majority of Muslims worldwide. ISIS's ideology is based on a selective and extremist reading of Islamic texts. Islam emphasizes the sanctity of human life. The Quran states, "Whoever kills a soul, it is as if he had slain mankind entirely. And whoever saves one, it is as if he had saved mankind entirely." Islam emphasizes compassion, mercy, and justice.
Section 5. The global fight against extremism, rejecting ISIS's narrative. The fight against ISIS and its ideology of hate requires a multifaceted approach that addresses both the security and ideological dimensions of the threat. Militarily, a global coalition has made significant strides in degrading ISIS's capabilities and liberating territories once under its control. However, the ideological battle continues, demanding a sustained effort to counter extremist narratives and prevent the spread of their poisonous ideology. This effort requires cooperation and collaboration among governments, religious leaders, civil society organizations, and individuals worldwide. It is crucial to challenge ISIS's propaganda, expose their lies, and offer alternative narratives that promote peace, tolerance, and understanding. Education plays a vital role in this fight, fostering critical thinking skills and promoting a nuanced understanding of different cultures and religions. It is essential to empower young people with the knowledge and tools to resist extremist ideologies and build more inclusive and peaceful societies. Section 6. Conclusion: ISIS. A stain on humanity, not Islam. ISIS's reign of terror represents a dark chapter in human history. Their actions, committed in the name of a distorted and extremist interpretation of Islam, have caused immeasurable suffering and left an indelible mark on the world. It is imperative to remember that ISIS does not represent Islam or the vast majority of Muslims worldwide. Their ideology is a perversion of Islamic teachings, which emphasize peace, compassion, and the sanctity of human life. The fight against ISIS and other extremist groups is not a clash of civilizations, but a struggle between humanity and barbarity. It is a fight that demands our collective resolve and commitment to building a world where all people can live in peace, security, and dignity, regardless of their faith or background.